Hey everyone, I'm David Finz. And on this episode of the Cyber Insurance Imperative, we're going to turn our focus to a type of cybercrime which hasn't gotten all that much attention, but which you are bound to hear more about in 2023. I'm talking about what is commonly known as cryptojacking. Now, far from being the stuff of science fiction movies, this is a real issue that businesses of all sizes are beginning to grapple with. So it's important to understand how to reduce your risk of being cryptojacked and how your cyber insurance policy comes into play. Maybe we should start by defining what cryptojacking is and how it came about. The mining of cryptocurrency is an expensive proposition. It takes computer equipment and electricity, and given the times in which we find ourselves, the cost of both of those commodities is going through the roof. So, what's a cyber criminal to do? Well, they install mining software on your company's network to essentially siphon off its processing power without your consent. Your business sees the impact of this in terms of decreased network functionality and higher utility costs. So, continual monitoring of these variables is essential for detecting any mining operations, along with all of the basics of network security. For those who are old enough to remember a time when frugal homeowners would split the cable signal with their unsuspecting neighbor, this is a similar concept, only the neighbor didn't see their electric bill increase as a result of that activity. So how bad is this problem? Well, according to a report released by the cybersecurity firm Kaspersky earlier this month, nearly 1 in 6 exploits of well-known vulnerabilities in the third quarter of this year was accompanied by a crypto mining infection. There are over 150,000 variants of miners out there, and in the first quarter of 2022, over 500,000 users were affected by malicious mining software. And if you're thinking this is about Bitcoin, think again. That same report states that the most popular cryptocurrency for these sorts of operations is actually Monero. It's such a lucrative proposition that a prominent cyber extortion syndicate just shut down its ransomware operations and is pivoting to cryptojacking. And after all, who can blame them? The barrier to entry is low from a technical standpoint. There's a steady stream of income, and there's no need to communicate with the victim about the attack. Now, clients have begun asking about this exposure. They see a reference to cryptojacking or utility fraud, as it is sometimes called on their policy, and ask whether this is a real thing. Earlier this year, I had yet to see a network intrusion impacting one of our clients, but I did read about an incident in which thermal sensors used by British authorities to track greenhouses for marijuana picked up an unusual amount of heat being thrown off by some warehouses in a rural area. When law enforcement raided the premises, what they found wasn't cannabis plants at all, but rather stacks of servers and other computer hardware that the criminals were using to mine crypto from businesses in the surrounding community. Well, times have changed, and just in the past month, I've seen 2 of our clients discover that they have been hit by cryptojacking. Fortunately, they have coverage which will help them recoup some of their losses. If you have this coverage, you'll find it in the same section of the policy that covers such other cybercrimes as fraudulent transfer of funds, social engineering, and invoice manipulation. The coverage is subject to a retention, which functions similarly to a deductible, and it's typically sub-limited. So, for example, a $3 million policy might offer reimbursement for proven losses in the low 6 figures. But it's usually not found in the base form of a cyber insurance policy, so your broker may need to ask for the underwriter to add this coverage to the policy by endorsement. All of this is intended as general information and guidance, and you'll want to consult with a qualified insurance broker about your specific coverage needs. And if your broker isn't discussing cybercrime coverages like cryptojacking with you, maybe it's time that you discover the more rewarding way to manage risk. So DM me on LinkedIn or email me at david.finz@alliant.com, and I'll be happy to review your current policy language and offer any suggestions for improvement. Thanks for watching.